At the end of the last video, we had finished our sprites, and now it's time to go over how we get them to move. Okay, but before we get into the movement, we don't need these two at the very start. We just want our hydrogen atoms to show up at the beginning. So I'm going to get rid of these. I'm not going to delete them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide them. Okay? Every game or program or simulation or whatever it is you're making on Scratch, they start usually by clicking this green flag up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my helium atom. I'm going to go to Control. No, I'm going to go to Events. I'm going to click when green flag clicked, and then go to Looks, and I'm going to choose Hide. Now what that'll do when I click the green flag, it's gone. It's still there. We know it's there because if I click it down here, we get this blue box showing me where it is. Okay? And then there's two ways I can do this next bit. I can click on Reaction, and I can build it the same way I did, or I can click here, grab the two blocks and drag them over and copy them. And now I have the same reaction. So I click here, both gone. Okay, and this is what I'm going to actually do for these, because these two atoms, these two sprites are going to do the same thing. I'm going to build it in one, I'm going to build it in hydrogen 1, and I'm just going to copy it over, save me having to build the same thing twice. Okay. Now what we want these to do is we want them to simulate random movement. So if you imagine I had a liter of gas, or if I had a whole star full of hydrogen gas, or some volume of gas, these atoms would be whizzing about in completely random directions, completely random points within that gas. Okay, so we want to try and keep this as accurate but as simple as possible. Just like with these two, we're going to start when green flag click, click Events, when green flag click. And because what we're going to be doing, our simulation is going to pick up a random point within this reaction. To simulate that, I'm going to make these two things start in a random position. I don't want them to start here, I want them to start in a completely random place. To do that, I go to Motion, and I choose this fourth block down, go to Random Position. And that means when I click the green flag, they will just appear in a random position. I've done hydrogen 1, this guy here. I click this, every time I click it goes to a different position. Okay? The next thing I want is I want to move in a random direction. At the moment, you know this because this down here. At the moment, all these sprites are pointing in direction 90, which means they're pointing towards the right hand side of our screen. If I left it like that, they would always move towards the left. We don't want that. We want this direction to change, just like our position changes. We want it to change in, and we want to point in a random direction. And we have down here this point in direction button. This is still in motion. I'm going to take this, put that here. And what this does, if I click this, we can see that we can change this to be any point on circle. Okay, 360 degrees, or 0 to 180, and then the minus to be the opposite. Okay, so the same basic principle as any point on a circle. 0 to 360. If I chose any point here, then it could be random because I'm just choosing a random point there, but it wouldn't be random for this because it would always be the same point every time I click. I want every time I click, every time I start my simulation, I want this to point in a random direction that will change throughout the simulation. To do that, I need this point in direction to pick a random number. I'm going to go to Operators, and I'm going to use this fifth block down, Pick Random. Put that in there instead. Now I can choose a range of numbers that I can randomly choose between. I'm going to choose 1, and I'm going to choose 360. So I have just off the very top, all the way around the circle to the very top. Now when I click my green flag, what you see is this sprite, not this one because I haven't done anything with this one yet, but this one will randomly appear at the screen, and it will be pointing in a different direction. And we'll know it's pointing in a different direction for two reasons. Number one, this number down here will change. Number two, this little electron will be pointing in a different position because the sprite itself is pointing in a different position. Okay, let's test that. As you can see, a little electron is moving. My number down here is also moving. Therefore, this works. Okay. These two, we only need them to happen once. Right at the start, we click the green flag, it goes to a random position, points in a random direction, and that's it. The next thing we want it to do is move. But we want it to move constantly. In motion, we have this move 10 steps. I could just add this move 10 steps in there, and it would move 10 steps. But if I click the green flag, you'll notice not much actually changes, because this is only happening once. I need this to happen continuously. To happen continuously, I need it to loop. And to make it loop, I need to go to Control and choose Forever. Put that. I could use repeat, but then I'd have to set how many times I want to repeat, and eventually that number would run out. Forever, it will do it until I stop the program. Now, when I click the green flag, it goes to a random position and moves. And it doesn't stop. In fact, what it does is it goes off the screen. We're almost there, but we don't want it to go off the screen. In fact, what we want to do is stay within this little white square. What we want to do is if it touches the edge, it actually bounces back. Okay, and to make that happen, I need to go back to motion, and I need to find if on edge bounce. And what this block does is it knows when my sprite is touching the edge. If it's touching the edge, what it does is it changes the direction to make it go in a different way, a way that is away from our white square, or away from our edge rather. It points in a direction away from the edge. So if I click play now, there we go. Now we see it touches the edge and it changes the direction to point in a different way. You can see that every time it touches the edge, it changes the direction. Okay? And we can make this a bit more erratic. We could change the speed, maybe make it a bit faster, and now we see it bounces a lot faster. We could maybe, if we wanted to, add in a little turn block like so, make it look a bit more erratic. We could change the degrees, make it less or more, it's up to us. So now we've got a little bit more erratic movement, but for now I'm just going to leave it as it was, like that, because that's all we need for now. And I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to copy it over to my hydrogen. In fact, I'm also going to copy it to my helium. Okay, but our helium isn't showing up. It doesn't do anything just yet. But now, if I click play, both move, both bounce off the edge, and we are almost at the point now where we can make our reactions happen. Because if you notice, when they touch each other, they pass straight through each other. Nothing actually happens. That's not what we want. We want them to interact. When they touch each other, something happens. That's going to be the sign for our reaction. And that's what we're going to do in the next video. In the next video, we're going to look at how we make these two sprites recognize they're touching each other, and then how we get that to affect these two sprites as well. Okay? So have a go at this, build this, tidy this up to what you need, make it as erratic as you like, and when you're ready, come back for the next video and we'll go over sprite on sprite collisions.